Trump aims at Chinese shipping, risking another shock for businesses.
Vietnam, New Zealand agree to upgrade ties to comprehensive strategic partnership.
Nursing, a profession sacrifice and a dedication.
You're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Ha Zhang, your host. The Trump administration has opened a broad new front in its global trade conflict, proposing to affix levies reaching $1.5 million on Chinese-made ships arriving in American ports.
The $1.5 million fee would apply even to ships built elsewhere if they are operated by carriers whose fleets include Chinese vessels. The approach risks raising the cost of a range of imported goods, from raw materials to manufactured goods. Given their potential to increase consumer prices, the levies could collide with President Trump's promises to attack inflation. Nearly 80% of American foreign trade by weight is transported by ship. Yet less than 2% is carried on American-flagged vessels. The proposal reflects the "America First" credo animating the Trump administration.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and his New Zealand counterpart Christopher Luxon held a joint press conference on the results of their talks in Hanoi on February the 26th afternoon, during which they announced the upgrade of bilateral relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership.
Under this new comprehensive strategic partnership, bilateral ties will see 5 key enhancements: strategic political trust, defense and security, maritime cooperation, economics, trade and investment, climate change response, science and technology, education and people-to-people exchange. The two sides agreed to deepen political and foreign relations, increase delegation exchanges and high-level contacts, maintain bilateral cooperation mechanisms, and effectively implement signed documents, continue more substantive defense and security cooperation in the spirit of trust and mutual understanding, expand cooperation in defense industry, military trade, transnational crime prevention, maritime security. The two prime ministers agreed to soon develop a strategy to connect the two economies, promote the signing of bilateral cooperation agreements in the fields of economics, trade and investment.
Israeli officials say that they have proposed 3 solutions to Hamas after the two sides complete their hostage return under Phase 1 of the ceasefire agreement.
Accordingly, these 3 solutions include Hamas having to disarm, the movement's leaders having to go into exile or give up control of the Gaza Strip. If Hamas accepts one of the 3 solutions above, the two sides will move on to negotiate Phase 2 of the agreement, and at that time, all hostages will be released. The conflict will also end. Conversely, if Hamas violates the ceasefire, fighting will return. Tel Aviv's proposal was made in the context that a day earlier, Hamas and Israel confirmed that the two sides had reached an agreement to return the final batch of hostages, including 602 Palestinian prisoners and the bodies of 4 Israeli hostages.
Coming up next are some other news.
At the Presidential Palace, President Luong Quang met with a delegation of outstanding representatives of the health sector and awarded the title of People's Physician in 2024. Negin Province is honored to have 4 physicians awarded this noble title, including Associate Professor Dr. Duong Din Chin, Secretary of Ghi Loc District Party Committee, former Director of Negin Department of Health, Dr. Pham Vinh Hung, Deputy Director and Head of the Department of Diagnostic Imaging, Negin Oncology Hospital, Specialist Dr. Toon Win Ba Tan, former Head of the Department of Population, Family Planning of Negin Province, Specialist Dr. Toon Win Hai Lin, Director of Quang Khoi General Hospital, former Director of Tan Chuang General Hospital. Up to now, Negin has had 12 individuals honored to be awarded the title of People's Physician.
Aviation is forecast to continue to grow positively in 2025. To meet the growth demand in the context of aircraft shortage, The Civil Aviation Authority requires airlines to have plans to reserve aircraft to avoid flight delays and cancellations. The director of the Civil Aviation Authority has just issued a directive to improve the efficiency of air transport. In the context of many major events in the country in 2025, the authority requires domestic airlines to continue to expand and develop international air transport operations, especially promoting international operations to local airports with tourist destinations. Airlines need to promote domestic air transport operations, ensuring that they meet the travel needs of passengers.
After the 2-1 victory over Viettel in the quarterfinals of the 2025 National U19 Championship. Yesterday afternoon, the semi-final match between U19 Song Lam Ngayan and U19 Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu took place. This match is predicted to be challenging for coach Hoi Ho Ang's team. However, with the strength that has been proven since the beginning of the tournament, U19 Song Lam Ngayan is still considered by experts to be slightly better than coach Nguyen Van Heen's team. In the semi-final match, the final result of the semi-final match was 2-0 in favor of U19 Song Lam Ngayan. With this victory, U19 Song Lam Ngayan has reached the final match 11 times. In the final match of the season, U19 Song Lam Ngayan will meet U19 PVF.
Moving on to the today's story. Nurses in hospitals play an important role in caring for and supporting patients. The nursing force accounts for 70% of the medical examination and treatment force. However, they are always dedicated to their work with a love for the profession to help patients recover their health and overcome illness.
From the lecture hall to the hospital, that is a challenging transition for young nurses. But not only lessons in books, they quickly face the pressure of long shifts, high work intensity and great responsibility for each patient.
Have just stepped out of school and it is also my first year working. For difficult cases, there is pressure, but I also learn more to have more experience in the job.
At night in the hospital, when everyone falls asleep, there are still people who are quietly taking care of patients.
The characteristics of the intensive care unit are alternating day and night shifts. I am a nurse. My husband works far away. My children are still young. But I always try my best to fulfill both tasks well as a nurse taking good care of patients and as a woman of the family.
The flowers silently spread their fragrance. The people who carry the responsibility of a nurse still keep the petals of faith and love for the profession always fresh every day. Although the work is quiet and stressful, understanding and love for people will always be the driving force that helps each nurse realize their mission in caring for and protecting people's health.
Have just stepped out of school and it is also my first year working. For difficult cases, there is pressure, but I also learn more to have more experience in the job.
A long night, a journey of dedication.
It's the end of today's news. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.